Hello and welcome back to the Programming in C++ Part 2 series. Before we get started, go ahead and make sure you smash that like button, leave a comment, and most importantly, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. When you are subscribed to the channel, you get notified when the videos are posted, and it helps you navigate through YouTube a lot easier. If you have not yet created a login for YouTube, remember it is free and takes less than a minute. So take some time to do that so that you can like, comment, and subscribe to channels, as well as helps you navigate the YouTube a lot easier. Alright, so this video is going to contain, it's going to be programming in C++ chapter 16, which deals with searching, sorting, and the vector type. Our first exercise in this video is going to be programming in C++ part 2, programming exercise 16-11. And here we're going to write a version of the bubble sort algorithm and a function called bubble sort that can be used to sort a string vector object. Also write a program to test the algorithm. Program should prompt the user for a series of names. The string should end the input stream. The ZZZ should end the input stream. Output the sorted list to the console. Task 1, declare a vector. Task 2, define the bubble sort function. Alright, so let's go ahead to the main and get started. So alright, this is what we have. So the first thing we need to do, we need to add our include statements. So we need our string and our vector again, as we did in 16-10. Alright, next we're going to do our function. It's going to be void bubble sort. And we'll use our vector string and use the ampersand for that and call it list and then semicolon. That takes us to our main. Let's set that up to get ready. Alright, so let's do vector string again as we did in 16-10. And this time we'll call it name list again. And let's do another string called name. And then an integer called length. See, these exercises are very similar in nature. They build off each other. So let's see out here and say enter first names. Spelled it right this time. And same thing, use our parentheses, ZZZ, to end the input. To end the input. Then we'll go line, then use our variable cin, and the variable name will be used. Alright, so let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, so let's go here. Let's jump into our while statement and say while name does not equal, same thing, parentheses, ZZZ, or quotations. Use our brackets, and say nameless dot push back, or I'm going to push underscore back, and then we'll use name and parentheses. Semicolon there, and then the variable name again. Statement. So let's go to here and see out and end line. And we return 0, and that's all we need for our main. So now let's go to our function. Actually, no, let's call our function first before we end it. So let's go inline there, and let's go bubble sort. And name list, and then cout. After sorting, the names are we'll use the variable, actually we'll just end that here, inline, and then use our length equals static cast integer, and then we'll use nameless dot size function, and let's go ahead and semicolon there, and run for statement, say for int index equals 0, index less than length, and index plus plus. Then let's see out name list index array, and let's use the variable. Actually, that is the variable we're using. So let's go our quotes again with space, which we did several times before. And now let's see out inline and return 0. So now that's our function. So let's go up and grab our that's our main. So let's go and grab our function, and we'll set that on line 40 and copy it. So let's copy this, everything but the semicolon, and bring it down, and then paste. Brackets. Let's go string temp integer called length, and actually now let's go enter length static cast void again, static cast int again, so int, and I'm going to do list dot size function. Let's do a for. This time we'll do integer iteration. Int iteration equals 1. Iteration less than length, and iteration plus plus. Iteration. Okay. Actually, let's use brackets for this one. So we're going to do another for. So for index equals 0, index less than length, this time index less than the length, ing, th, for int index, equals 0, index less than length minus iteration. Plus plus, and let's try if list index is greater than list index plus 1, if, take this box again. The same mistake as I did on the last one on the same line. Alright, so let's go list index dot swap and say list index plus 1. square. And that's clear. Set no errors. So let's go ahead and try to run it. Oh man. Joe, Jack, Rob, Ted, Sally, Mike, Don, and Vicky. Oh, this is easy. I put them up back in order. Yeah. No, not really. Yeah, STV. Put them up back in order for me. So let's look at our code. And come on. Let's go ahead and calculate the grade and look at our code. So if you need to pause, as always, go ahead and do so. But these are the first 18 lines, 1 through 18. Go ahead and scroll down. I'm going to scroll down. Going to 19 through 35. Same thing, pause if you need to. And 36 is blank, but that takes us to the end of our code. Alright, pause it if you want. I'm going to slow it down in slow motion and go all the way through. And then we'll see, calculate our grade and make sure that we've got what we needed. Turn red. Did I calculate it? Tell me I misfired. We'll come back. Just waiting for that to calculate. It's your curve. I calculated your final grade. You know what that means. So let's go ahead and take a quick pause on this one. Alright, still getting an error, but we're going to close it out there. If you have the same thing, just let me know. And we'll do that manually. Hopefully it's fixed by the time you get to it. That's been Programming in C++ Part 2, Programming Exercise 16-11. Alright, we're going to go to our next exercise right after this. Alright, so next we're jumping to Programming in C++ Part 2, Programming Exercise 16-12. And here, we write a version of the selection sort algorithm in a function called select sort that can be used to sort a string vector object. Also write a program to test your algorithm. The program should prompt the user for a series of names. The string ZZZ should end the input output the sorted list to the console. So I'm going to show you a little shortcut here for this one that we can use from our 11 or 16.11. First we're going to do, actually we can do all that. So from line 2, just go enter, we'll change the function. So from line 2 of 16-11, just copy it all the way down to line 25. Just see out in line. Copy and paste it right there. Actually, I should have take this out. Sorry about that. That return 0 there. So we got our main. So this is what you should have if you copy 2. You can copy over to return 0, whatever. Actually, leave that there. So copy over the main and make sure you got return 0 and that, or you can retype it in at the beginning. The key thing is to have both of these brackets because we're going to work inside both of these brackets till we finish our main. So here we have our string vector that stayed the same. Now our function is going to be select sort vector string and list. Make sure you got that correct. Everything else should be exactly the same as 16-11. So once we go down to 25 where it says after our while statement and then inline, we're going to do our selection sort. Some more of this is probably the same too, but I'm going to copy the whole thing. Let's go selection sort, name list. You may have to be on the bubble sort instead of select sort that time. Selection sort. We did do selection sort, and one of the earlier ones was 16-10. Selection sort, and name list. And let's see. Before we go on, I'll make sure you got this. If you need more time, copy that, or I'll pause that. But it's basically going to be the same. If you didn't copy it, go ahead and type it up. And we're going to go ahead and move on here. So let's go length again. Yeah, this was the same. No, let's go see out first. See out. After sorting, the names are line and length equals static casts integer int. And then once again, we'll do our name list dot size function. Don't forget the extra parentheses, and then we can semicolon there. And let's go for int index equals 0, index less than length, and index plus plus. Let's go see out. Choose a variable again, name list index, and then quotes with a space in between and semicolon. Let's go into the 4 and go see out and line. Then we got our return 0, and that's it for the main. Let's go down to 41 this time, and we'll get ready for our only function. Let's copy this, and there, and paste it there. Down. Let's do our curly brackets, and let's go int index, another integers. Again, smallest index. Yeah, this is what we do with the bubble sort. And then int min index. Oops. And let's see. Oh, tip. So we use our string tip. And let's go int length again. And so equals static cast int, and we'll use the same one, list.size function, and a semicolon after that. And let's go 4, and know the deal, index equals 0, index less than length minus 1, and index plus plus. There's your brackets again. And then let's start with smallest index equals index. And then let's go for min index equals index plus 1, min index less than length, and min index plus plus. There's camel case. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. And here, let's do the if again, and we'll do lists. Mine index, or min index. Close out the box this time. And It's going to be less than list smallest index. And let's go smallest index equals min index. So now let's go to list smallest index. Box goes dot swap, and then let's just go list index. So those are swapped, and there we have it. Alright, so let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, so let's go it up, and there's no errors. We'll go to the top of this, and let's go ahead and try to run it. Declare record, define the sections removed. We did both of those, so should be good to go. First names, let's go. Craig, Dave, John, Bubba, Ralph, Terry, Gene, Gary, Mike, Zach, ZZZ, enter. Alright, so put them in alphabetical order that way, so we're looking good. And so let's go ahead and calculate it. Hopefully our grade, calculate grade is working this time. So let's go ahead to our main. This is line 1 through 18 again. In case you messed it up, copy and pasting it, or something was just a little bit off. Alright, scrolling down to line 19. To 35, that's very similar as well to 1610, I do believe. And then let's go down to 36 to 52, almost to the end. And then scrolling down, finish up this function to line 60. Alright, we'll slow roll it one more time, then we'll see if our grade calculated. Code looks good and everything ran, but we know how that is sometimes. Alright, so there we have it. So let's look at our grade, and it looks like it's not let us calculate anything now anymore. Try one more time, guess we'll get that error. If so, no worries. So it looks like it's not calculating. Sometimes it happens, I'll have to restart to get it calculated. I'll try that if it doesn't calculate this time. Alright, I restarted it and it just went straight through, turned green. I didn't have to recalculate it at all. Let's do it again because I got 0 for the grade. So let's see if that works. And still getting a fault on that one. So if you have that problem, you know what to do. But the code is good. So let's go ahead on to our next one, which is going to be moving to programming in C++ Part 2. Programming exercise 16-3. This was going to cover write a program to test the insertion sort algorithm as given in this chapter. Your program should prompt the user to enter 10 integers and display those integers after sorting them using insertion sort. Alright, so task 1, define the insertion sort function, and task 2, sorting integers. So that's fair enough. So let's go to our main, and let's see, we don't need any other include statements. We do need to add our function, which is going to be void insertion sort, and we'll call it integer list box brackets, and then list length will be the other integer. Semicolon there, and there's our function. Okay, and let's get on to our main. Get this situated. And let's do integer list. Let's add 10 and an array box brackets. and it'll equal curly brackets. And then let's semicolon there. Now let's do cout. Please enter 10 integers. Okay, I'll do my quotes. That's corrected. In line there. 4. Integer I equals 0. I is less than 10. I plus plus. And let's do our brackets there. Let's see. Let's go. So let's go inside our brackets and do CIN, and we'll use list. List I, semicolon, and then let's call a function, it's going to be insertion sort. This is going to be list, comma 10 to sort, cout. After sorting, the list elements are, so comma. After sorting, comma, the list elements are, and let's go inline. So let's go here, let's go cout. For statement for an I. Yeah, let's do it on the for statement before we cout. And it's gonna be for an I equals 0, I less than 10. Same one, of course, I plus plus. Then let's cout here. List I again. And then we get to do our quotes with a space. And semicolon. And now let's go here, line up with this 4, and cout in line. Alright. Then we can return 0. That's it for what we need for our main. So I'll show that real quick. We need to get our insertion function anyway. So let's go ahead and copy this while we're up there. And let's go down to line 30. Enter that. Let's go brackets. And let's go integer first out of order. And for the integer we'll call location. We'll use our integer 10. Let's go for first out of order equals 1. First out of order less than list length. Since we're adding, we have to assume that the list length is going to change. That here and bring this out first out of order plus plus. First out of order plus plus. You put it on the same line. I just want to make it look easier to read when you go through it. So let's go if list first out of order less than list. First out of order minus 1. And let's do a bracket for this one. So we'll do temp equals list first out of order. And location equals first out of order. Okay, let's slide in a do. And here. So we're going to do list location. Equals list location minus 1. Same as before, just changing the variable. And then location minus. Nope, that's not right. Wow, here. It should just be here. X and semicolon. So that allow can wait. Type that up. Alright, so now we do location minus again. Time. So now we'll come down and do our while. Deal while location is greater than 0 and list location -1, and then it's greater than temp. Okay, that's good. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. All right, now let's go right here and go list location, and so we equal temp. After that, so let's bring this up, and that's what we got. No errors. So let's go ahead and snuggle it up to the top, and we'll run it and try to calculate it. All right, so this time is integers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Enough. I already put them in order. So let's calculate and look at our code when we do that. So here we go. Remember, if you need to pause it, make sure you do so. If you need to rewind, you can. So here's line 1 through 18. Going to scroll down. Line 19 through 35. Same thing. Pause it if you need to. And line 36 to the end. There you go. There's your code. Go real slow again. All the way through. Pause it if you need. Rewind it if you need to. Let's see if we're back to calculating. I know it stopped calculating for a while. Alright, there's 51. And let's check out our grade. This looks like it's not calculating. So I'm going to restart it again. But it ran okay, so if it does that again, we'll just assume that it's good to go. Hopefully it's calculating when you get to it. If it's not, just let me know, but select the third one, it didn't calculate today. The last one had to restart, and it still has an issue occurred while calculating for final grade. So if you do have this issue, just go on to the next one if it's correct, and then calculate it another time. Sometimes the site is down or whatever reason, but just hold on to it. It'll save your work for you. So I'm going to close it out, and I'm not going to restart that again. We're going to move on to our next assignment. So we're going to go ahead and for program exercise 16-14, we're going to write a version of the insertion sort algorithm that can be used to sort a string vector object. Also write a program to test your algorithm. Your program should prompt the user for a series of names and output the sorted list to the console. Use the string ZZZ to end the input stream. So task 1, define the insertion sort function. Task 2, include a vector object. And task 3, sorted the list. So let's go to our main and alright, so let's add our string and vector include statements. Let's see that now. Alright, then let's do our function. Add that. It's going to be void insertion sort again. Then we'll use our vector string. This time string and ampersand list and semicolon. Alright, let's go down to our main. Vector string, nameless, string name, and integer called length. Okay, let's go cout. So do our enter first names. Oops. So parentheses and ZZZ to input. Okay. Then go inline. Then CIN. Name. Wow. Name is not equal. CZ in quotes. Let's do name list dot pushback. Underscore back, that is. And then with name. Use the variable name cin, and once again just go down here and let's go cout inline. Then let's do our function insertion sort name list. Cout. After sorting the names are comma there. Just the right thing to do. And just a period as well. And let's inline. Next, let's do our length equals static cast integer, and then name list again, dot size, and our function parentheses. Let's do 4 and index equals 0. Index is less than length. And index plus plus. And let's see out from here. Name list. And then index. And let's go over and add our quotes with a space in between and semicolon. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, so now from here, let's go down to where 4 is and see out and inline. Where's my return zeros? Right down there, and there it goes. And okay, so let's move on to our function. Let's go up top and copy that. You can retype it if you like, but I'm going to copy it and paste it in line 41. Space, and then curly brackets, integer, first out of order, can I paste that correctly, and then we'll use vector, and use our string. Go variables location again, did this before, and our string called temp, and now let's use our integer length. Define that as equals static cast integer, and same as list dot size, use the function parentheses, semicolon for that. And now let's go down to our 4 first out of order. There we go. Equals 1. And first out of order again. Less than length. Oops. And let's do that again when we just bring it down so you can see and follow. Oops. First out of order, plus plus. And it's a for statement, so let's go down to if. And then list. First out of order, less than, let's go outside that, less than, list, first out of order minus 1, and if, so let's use our bracket, and we'll go temp equals list, first out of order, and location equals, you guessed it, first out of order. It's supposed to be back up there. And you don't need a bracket for this one. Go. Let's do our do again. Do. Go here. Let's say list location. Let's visit it again. Equals list location minus 1. Go location minus minus. So now let's do our wow, but let's put it underneath the bracket. There we we go. Then we'll do our condition will be location greater than 0. And we use our ampersand list location -1. It's also greater than temp. Greater than temp. It's crazy, but with the semicolon, all is good. So, okay, I gotta make this -1 and not -1. So, all right. Now let's go to lists. Location equals temp. That's how we get it. This location equals temp. And that's all we need. So let's pull up to the top. And we'll run it. Hopefully we're calculating now. If not, deal with it. Okay. Your first names: Bill, Sue, John, Ted, Riley, Zach, Al, Mike, Dave, Randy. It's 10 names. Wow. Doesn't matter. Oh, ZZZ. There we go. Put them in alphabetical order for us. And let's calculate. Let's go main. And let's show the text or the code. Make sure you pause if you need to and rewind if you need to as well. So that's line 1 through 18. Line 19 to 35. And then line 36 to 52, and that's the end of the code. Alright, so slow it one more time. You can pause or rewind as needed. Going through the whole thing nice and slow. Alright, so we got to our function vector string list. And there we go. So that's it. Let's check out our grade, and it looks like it did not calculate again. Try it one more time. Alright, something strange happened. Task 3 calculated green, and it's still calculating though. So yeah, that's checked up. I believe it's still good. I said nothing's calculating today, so yeah, we're still having an issue with Paramount calculating the grade. So we'll leave it alone for today, and we'll try again tomorrow. But that's all for this video. That's it for exercise 16-14. Thanks for joining. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure that you also leave a comment, and more importantly, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. So thanks again for joining. Take care and have a wonderful day.